Fear not, O Israel, for there is peace still to come.
Okay, got it? Yep. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That was better.
Woo!
That was
Pastor
better.
Larry on the shofar.
Brother Bob on the shofar. Yeah.
Happy Feast of Trumpets.
Happy Feast of Trumpets.
Hang in there, we're almost finished.
To the north, south, east, and west.
Guys, today I would like to share a very disturbing dream that I had. So here in this dream, I was looking out the back window of our house, and I saw the sun. It was a beautiful sunset, and the sun was really big. I saw a big, ugly looking, orange, dirty looking planet that just shot out from behind the sun and traveled rapidly, and it entered into our atmosphere right towards our house, and it passed over our house, and I ran outside and I saw the planet, and then the planet turned into a giant red dragon. Then I began to hear evil voices coming out of the sky, mocking the Word of God.
For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son.
Then the red dragon began to fly in circles around my house. And as he did this, he himself began to mock the Revelation 12 sign. And this is what he said.
This so-called woman, clothed in the sun, she has a crown of 12 stars at her head, and the moon is at her feet. Right?
As he continued to fly around my home and mock the word of Elohim. And then he landed in front of my house. The dragon said,
I have something for you.
and he puts his hands out and he brings his hands together. I see these rail cars that look like buses attached to each other, flying down the street from both directions, and they come and merge together like a train car would, right in front of our house. And in front of the cars, I saw the labels Lincoln Linkage. And what these cars were transportation vehicles to begin imprisoning everybody and taking them to the concentration camps. Then I noticed that one of the cars that were in front of my home, one of the linkage cars, was actually up on my lawn. And I walked up to it and I pushed it over and I said, "Get off my property." And then after that, I ran into the house. I got down on my knees. I began praying to Yeshua to please take us home in the rapture. Then this man in a gray suit and a pink tie walks up calmly next to me, gets down on his knees, and begins to pray with me in the same manner, as people were running frantically around the house. And after that, I woke up. Guys, I'd like to share a vision with you. This is from Betty. In this vision, we were ascending up to the clouds and were taken away. And as we were taken on it, we were looking out and saw the planets and the stars as we passed them. We traveled a far way, but not super far. We reached a planet. A hidden portal of clouds opened as we arrived, and we descended through the air down. similar to the way we went up. We saw what the outer layer of the atmosphere looked like, and it was hard, like the outer crust of the shell, to hide and protect it. There was no sun, and the light in the sphere was emitted from Yeshua, something like a light bulb, which lit up the entire planet. The land below was enormous, about 10 times the size of Earth, and it had the highest mountains you have ever seen. Beautiful lakes, rivers, waterfalls, valleys, tall trees, oceans, more beautiful than anywhere on Earth. It was breathtaking. We landed near a great white mansion with 4 pillars on the front of it. It had large windows, about 15 to 30 in all. The mansion was made from white stone, maybe marble. I think it was home. Then we headed to see the temple courts. I don't remember any pearly gates though. We then viewed the throne room, and an assembly of men was gathered at the round table. I think there were 12 in all, and they were all looking intently at a sphere in the center and discussing things which we could not hear. Then something alarming happened, and we had to leave immediately. Guys, today I have a dream I want to share with you guys. This is from Ted. The dream started out showing a door opening to me, and then I saw what looked like a gold angel. Then I looked around and noticed I was in a room that looked like it was set up like the Jewish temple, having the Ark of the Covenant, and I noticed that angel I saw was one of the 2 on the mercy seat. Then all of a sudden I looked and I saw a vision of Jesus Christ, as he is described in the book of Revelation chapter 1, walking across the room from the right side of the mercy seat to the other side of the room. And after he passed me, the dream ended. I have a dream I'd like to share with you. There is no name, but the screen name is Baldy Gal. It says, "Hello Bob, one day back around September of 2013, I was in deep prayer. In the vision, I was above a body of water at night. I began to see an upward spray of water from the launch of a missile. The missile went toward the left side of my view and continued in that direction. Then I saw a bright blast that took place in the shape of a nuclear blast, like a mushroom cloud. Not long after that, I saw the bow of a submarine pushing its way upward out of the water as it began to surface. I was standing with my hands lifted up to the Lord. I was astonished about what I saw, and my knees buckled, and I caught myself as I fell into the wall. Guys, today I want to share a dream with you about the rapture. This is from Dustin. Dustin goes on to say here, "The rapture happened. I was above the clouds with many others. I was starting to feel overwhelmed with all of my sin. With every strength I had, I kept my head up. Then out of nowhere, I was standing alone before Yeshua, Jesus Christ. I now believe we were in the courtroom of the temple of God. I didn't say anything after all the sin I felt rushing through me above the clouds. Then Jesus said, 'Out of all those people, I chose you.' I walked towards him and gave him the biggest, longest hug I ever gave anyone. I didn't let go. And then I woke up." Help, guys, today I have a dream I want to share with you guys. This is from Ashton. Ashton goes on to say here, "I live in the UK. I've had 2 very recent dreams about changing from mortal to immortal. This is what happened. It started when I was standing outside. It was dark, and there were a few others outside too. I didn't know them. It was the sky we were all looking up at. I remember looking up, and the cloud formations had gone into a large ring of orange and gold colors, and a bright light that made me turn away as my eyes hurt from looking at it. Then I said out loud, "It's the Rapture!" And I was then looking down at my hands in front of me, and I saw myself turning from flesh into spirit. My hands were white and glowing. I was totally aware of what was happening. I was then forcefully lifted from the ground. I had the physical feeling of this happening, and I recalled as I was looking down, not everyone else was doing the same as what was happening to me. They were looking up in awe at me. I remember going up, and after a certain height, I began to see other little lights, thousands of them, like me. The next thing that happened was that I was then inside what seemed to be a big, bright light. There were a few others who were also inside with me. It was so very bright inside there, and although the light was so bright, it did not hurt my eyes. I can only describe the inside of whatever it was we were inside of, because I never saw it from the outside. There were no windows or anything. It was just some kind of light capsule. Then I woke up. Guys, today I'd like to share a very incredible dream with you. This is from Sophia about the bride of Christ. Sophia goes on to say here, "I dreamt of a very important ceremony where a bride and her groom is in the presence of the king and the king's. In the dream, I am looking at the bridal couple, but at the same time, I am also the bride. The bride and the groom are both dressed in white. 2 or 3 very important ceremonial actions are performed, of which I can only remember one. The king is holding out his scepter towards the bride and groom, and at the same time, they also hold out their scepters towards the king, so the king's scepter touches theirs. Then the dream ended." Guys, today I have a dream about the rapture that I want to share with you. This is from Lewis. Lewis says, "I had my first vivid rapture dream last night. I was with my wife and son. We were in what seemed like either a rooftop party in the city, but I remember looking at the moon and noticing how different it looked. It was a full moon and bright, but you could tell there were a lot more craters than normal. And then I started to see pieces fall off. Suddenly the bright sky turned pitch black, and even the light of the moon became dark, like all the power in the city went out. Suddenly, we see glittering lights in the dark, sparkling sky coming closer. I remember saying, 'It's Jesus and the rapture.' Suddenly, angels came down, starting to snatch people up. And first, they took my wife and my son up. Then I remember praying and saying, 'Lord, please take me as well.' It felt almost like eternity waiting, but it was merely seconds. An angel grabbed me, and I remember praising God and just excited as I can be." Today I have a rapture dream I want to share with you. This is from Susie. Susie says, "In this dream, I was opening the trunk of my Jeep. It was a clear night, but it was also very cold out. And I was wearing a college sweater that I knew I wasn't going to. I happened to turn around and look up at the sky and noticed 3 bright stars lined up perfectly in a vertical line right above my corner fence post. As soon as I saw the stars, I said to myself that the stars looked like the belt of Orion. Immediately as I said that, all the other stars exploded, leaving the sky dark except for 3 in the line. As the sky was dark, I started floating, and then I shot up to the sky faster and faster. I was confused and scared until I looked up and realized what was happening. I couldn't stop thanking God." Guys, today I'd like to share A dream with you. This is from Gloria. Gloria goes on to say, "Hi, Brother Bob. I believe I had a vision. I was at work, and I think it was yesterday or the day before. Anyways, in an instant, I saw myself out in space. I believe it was because it was dark all around me, and at first, I was the only thing lit up. Then in front of me, I saw Jesus on his horse, with lots and lots of others on horses behind him. I don't remember if he spoke or anything, but I know that's what I saw. I believe that this is a sign to tell me, to tell all, that he is ready with the trumpet sounds. I remember asking how long at some point in time. I don't remember when, but I remember him saying soon. So thank you very much for sharing your dream, Gloria. So here Gloria is in an open vision. Guys, today I have a dream I would like to share with you. This one did not have a name on it, but I would like to share it regardless. So it starts off like this. The dream started off with this weird wax seal. I'm guessing it looks like what people seal letters with back in the day. What made it stand out was I only seen the seal. It had a cross in the middle, and everything around it was moving and turning like gauges until it opened. When it opened, it seemed like a very unpleasant sight. It's like I came in like a zoomed bird's eye view. He showed me the sea turning into blood. I saw the sores on all their bodies, the burning of all their skin. Their hair was falling out, almost looking like a zombie apocalypse. I saw the mark of the beast on people. I saw family members and friends because they won't believe, or they were easily manipulated into thinking the Antichrist is the Messiah. After I came from the hell on earth to heaven, my clothes were burned and charred, but Jesus changed me into my white robe, and before I fell to my knees, he said, "I forgive you." I was on my knees and I kissed his feet, crying, but he said, "No need," and he grabbed my hand, wiped away my tears, and we walked. He said, "I didn't allow you to feel emotions outside the dream because I don't want you to carry the pain and suffering with you. He knows I hold feelings and I would carry them even if it was just a dream." He says, "Hey, Brother Bob, I took a late nap. I woke up when my dog was pawing at me. Here is the dream. I loaned my brother my car, and somehow I knew he went out of state with it. Boy, I was mad. I called him on the cell phone, and I told him off, so to speak. Then I looked up to the heavens. I seen a Jewish woman all dressed up. She was beautiful. Then I seen her bring the shofar to her lips. At the same time, I also seen a king. As this all unfolds, people were just looking up with amazement. I was on my knees, praising God. I got the feeling some of the people were looking at me with bewilderment. I had the sense that the rapture was about to take place and that some people were not ready. Brother, this is by far one of the most clearest dreams I have ever had. I had the sense also that we are very, very close, but if the Lord tarries, Lord willing, I will see you for the Passover Seder in April. That's right. So here we are. Guys, today I'd like to share a really great dream with you guys. It is from Anna. Anna goes on to say here, in my dream, I was standing in a 2-story white house. I was looking out the window, staring across a big open field. I said to myself in the dream, something is happening out there, but I don't know what's happening. Somehow, this dream goes to where I am standing outside of the house, staring and wondering what I'm seeing. I see dust and dirt moving toward me. It was like a plow was pushing it, but there actually was nothing there pushing it. I told myself in that moment of dust curving around me on my right side, I know this is the rapture coming. The dust did curve around me in my right side. I said, oh my gosh, the rapture is happening. Then I looked straight ahead and saw something else coming toward me. It was blurry, like when you see heat coming off a hot road. Shortly after that, I could see it. It was a huge chariot with 2 horses pulling it. The person in the chariot was gigantic. He was wearing gold-colored garments with purple garment in front, covering chest and abdominal area. He was holding the reins tightly and snapping them hard and fast to make the horses go faster. It was heading right toward me and came right through me as I stood there. I felt the heat from it. I fainted at that point, and when I woke, I was laying on the floor in the White House. I ran to see if my husband and son were still there, and they were. I told them the rapture happened, and we were left behind. And at that point, the dream changed to where we were in a town, walking among hundreds of people. I looked up toward the sky and saw several rainbows coming down from the sky, touching the ground and circling the town we were in. I kept looking in the sky and saw many, many tiny rainbow crosses in the center, where all the rainbows were connected in the sky. The rainbows encased us like the shape of a very huge bird cage, kind of oval shape. It's difficult to describe. That's the best description I can relate to you. Hey guys, I'd like to share a dream with you. This is from Stephanie. Stephanie says here, the Lord gave me a dream which started at my house. Many of my family members were there and many other people were outside trying to get to their family's house. I felt as if it was a gathering of Thanksgiving or Christmas. As I was conversing with my family member, another knocked on my door. I got up to let him in, and as they came in, I looked up to the night sky. It was full moon, and there were so many stars. On the right side from the moon, there were 2 angels. They were so beautiful. They looked like crystal, clear with colors. The angels blew their trumpets, and all the sky moved like sound waves in water. The sound waves had a colorful mist look to it. It was just so beautiful. At the start of the trumpet sounding, everyone paused, like when you pause a movie. They all looked up. And when the angel stopped, both angels moved a little as if Jesus was coming next. And they waited for him. Everyone then running and shouting, Jesus is here! Jesus is here! And I woke up. It was around 4 to 5 a.m. and as soon as I woke up, I felt the urge to jump up and tell my family the amazing, beautiful dream. Guys, today I want to share with you a dream. This dream is from Melissa. And Melissa here says, on the evening of the 24th of December, I couldn't sleep well because my son wasn't feeling good. But for the seconds I fell asleep, I quickly dreamt that I woke up and behind my bed is a shadow. And then I was able to see up into the sky and appeared a lunar halo. The sky was clear, no clouds, just the moon and the halo. And suddenly the sky opened at a distance, and Jesus was there. I saw his silhouette, and he was in the center of the clouds. Clouds were surrounding him like a circle, and Jesus was staring at me and staring at the world. I was surprised and scared, because I didn't expect to see him at that hour. Maybe it was between 2 and 4 a.m. Can't remember. I started to say in a low voice, Jesus, Jesus, and then I woke up. I told a pastor regarding this dream, and he said, read Psalms 89:37. Read it, Bob. This is amazing. Maybe he is so close, he is coming as a thief in the night, as in my dream. Today, guys, I have a dream I'd like to share with you guys. It is from Margaret. Margaret says, my dream that I had my husband pray with me as I was faltering in faith. I went to sleep that night in tears from being in so much pain and being ill. Once I was asleep, I heard the trump. I looked up and through the roof was able to see clouds. The clouds opened up, and as they were doing so, I looked down at myself. I saw that I was in this gorgeous gown. I had no pain whatsoever. I looked back up with such overwhelming joy. I glowed even more than my previous dreams. And I asked Jesus, Jesus, is that you? And as I did, the clouds parted, and there was Yeshua standing there with his arms stretched out, ready for me to come with him. I felt so much warmth and love. I held my arms up such as a child does, who wants to be picked up from a parent. As I started ascending, I woke up. My brothers and sisters in Christ, censorship is ramping up. If for any reason we lose this channel here, you need to know where to find us. It's on our website, edvforme.org. This is a completely free site. Here you can watch all of our videos that we put on YouTube. Are you looking for dreams and visions about the rapture and other end time events? Do you have dreams and visions that you need interpretations to, or do you just want the whole world to be informed about what you saw? Here you will find the only worldwide message forum on the internet dedicated to dreams and visions of the end times. Here you can post unlimited dreams and visions, have access to thousands of dreams and visions from believers all over the world, including everything from our database that we have not posted on YouTube or our website yet. Read them before we even talk about them. Get a heads up. Check this out. Are you looking for one certain type of dream? All the dreams and visions here will be separated into categories for easy access. And yes, we are always adding more categories. If you can't find yours, let us know and we'll put it in. Click on the link below now. Go to the website and enter in your email at the bottom of the site to receive updates and notifications. It's a very user-friendly site to use, so don't waste any time. Get over there, get registered. That way we can stay connected to you and also save it in your favorites or whatever on your device.